All right, welcome back to Trading Levels with Alighten. In this episode, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the month since I don't remember it at all. So let's do this. We'll go to, let's try the second at 9 a.m. All right, so let's run through a little bit of this day. I'm going to trying to keep these videos shorter, but I oftentimes don't get trades that regularly. Even at 3 times speed, if I get one trade an hour, it still takes a bit. So I'm starting at the beginning of the hour. So hopefully we can get a trade right off the bat, and then maybe we'll get a second trade in the hour, and then I can keep these videos under 30 minutes. I'll start putting the times of the trades in the video description, so you guys don't have to sit through me yammering on. But let's get started. Oh, real quick, for those of you joining us for the first time, I'm trading the Alighten mirror indicator. This is version 12. It's the first public version that I've made, which is these levels. These levels are from multiple, 7 different time frames, showing 7 different types of signals, um, consolidated on one chart, also with a volume profile, which is set to an hour, and the volume profile defines the bias. And that's pretty much all I'm trading. So the hourly volume profile bias and those levels, these levels are also very good. And then combining that with the signals, I'm looking for stacked signals, so like a large group of signals, especially around a volume profile level. This would have been a great trade right here. And I'm looking for usually a smaller time frame signal going through a larger time frame signal, so like a 10 going through a 15. And my favorites are these 30s. These 30-minute signals are just amazing. So let's jump right in, see if we get something. Oh, I'm going to put this down right here. Go to break even. We got the stack signal. We had the fresh hour. That's a pretty good trade. I'll take that. Nice. For whatever reason, trades tend to happen at the beginning of the hour. I think it's volatility. Either algos or people are taking a look at what the previous hour is completed. They're probably looking at the same thing I am, which is the volume profile for the hour. So now I am awful at predicting the market. So I always wait for signals. I'm not trying to guess. But if I had to guess, or if I had to hope, I would hope for a pullback to some sort of level, like this value area low here, and then a signal at that level. But let's see what happens. That was a pretty late entry too. I probably could have gotten more. So in a steep decline like this, I will absolutely take a stacked short. Ooh, I don't know about this one. It's not as stacked as I was hoping. I'm going to take it and hope that it goes down to here. Nope. I'm going to try to get out. Okay. I just went to entry +3 to get out of that trade. So let's reset mentally. We wait to the end of the 5-minute bar and we look to see how it behaves, but this is not a stacked trade. There's no volume profile level. There is this trend start up, and that's not a terrible, that I would call that like a C trade right there. If I the trade I was looking for, the reason when I would take a 5-minute signal down, oh, that turned into a great trade. See, I should have just waited to the end of the bar. Wow. So maybe not take it right away. Maybe wait to see what happens to the end of that 5-minute. What I was hoping for was uh, for it not to come back quite so far. Actually, I should have taken it right after it wicked this level right there, this bar. Now we are at what is this? Trend start down. And just because it says has a D for trend start down does not mean it's necessarily supposed to go down from there. That just means it's an important level at a pivot high. That's just what we call it because the trend had um, there was the trend had made a new low from that point previously. So now if I got a signal at VWAP, I would probably take it if it was a good signal, especially if it was below. Yeah, so as I was saying, what I would like to see is maybe a real small pullback and then this signal, and then that would have been a better trade. I think I got a little overzealous and took it straight away. Or you can wait to the end of that signal to confirm that it's going to go down. But having it pull back this high, this is really just a double 5-minute, which is, I would call it like a C trade. I would say a 5 and a 10 is, stacked with two different time frames. I would consider that a B trade. And then throw in a 30-minute there. So a 5, 10, and a 30-minute, and now you're talking an A trade. Throw in a volume profile level, and now you're A plus. You get the idea. So I would call this an A plus trade or an A trade. This is an A trade. This is an A trade. You really have to oftentimes wait for these 5-minute bars to close or to complete. Let's see what we get here. Damn, this is really dropping. I don't know. Maybe there was something going on in the Middle East on the second. Like this is not bad, but we're right above that level, so I wouldn't take that. Basically shorting right into the level. Either way, we wait for it to finish. Boom. Look at that. Okay. Nice to get. Oh, we're just now getting close to the open. I might have to turn down the speed a little for the open. And again, these are looking pretty good right now. Well, maybe I should reconsider taking those. But I'm sticking to my game plan. My game plan is clusters. And we are at 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn the speed down a little. Okay. All right. Okay, give me something more than this. Gonna wait for that. Okay. $38. Come on. Don't do that. I had 90, but I get back down there. Keep going. I'm gonna take half. All right, I'm gonna take that 100 ticks on that second one. Got a little nervous there. Yeah, maybe on these, the best course of action is to, wait for it. I saw that it wicked that level, which looked really good. I waited a little bit long. These are really long bars. You notice I had to set my stop way back. Um, but maybe just contract down. You know, play the same strategy with on days like where each bar is 130 ticks. Maybe micros are the call, so you can move your stops way back. The purpose of this trading strategy for me, though, is that I can keep that ratio tighter. So I need to try to get to um, a reward to risk ratio of 2 to 1, which is how you see my ATM strategy set to 50-100. That's the goal. Let's see if we get another trade here. This is actually a really good trade. This is exactly the type of signal I was looking for. Just a small pullback. So steep drop, small pullback to signal, and then continuation. That's probably a miss on my part for that particular type of trade. This one was a tricky. It's easy to, you know, in hindsight that looks great. I could have waited for it to wick this level, but at the time it looked pretty sketchy. But knowing that VWAP was below it, yeah, that was probably a miss on my part as well. I took this. I didn't set my stop back. I just ended up getting out of the trade with break even. Let's try to get one more in. See where we land. So hopefully you guys see the difference between this acceptable small 5-minute time frame signal and something like this, which is less acceptable, which had a green like was actually changed direction and was trending up on the 1-minute time frame, was actually trending up, versus this, which never got a new high. And this, which I also won't take unless we get something more additional signals. Oh, we got some stacks. Should we speed it back up? Oh, while we're waiting, if you guys could do me a favor and put in the comments what you'd like to see more of and what you'd like to see less of, it's super helpful for me to get feedback on what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. So otherwise, I'm just speaking into the void. And then if you can, don't be afraid of that like button. Lets me know I'm on the right track. With the creation of these videos. Da-da. Let's see. Nothing but 5 minutes here. Clean. You can see how clicking the clean invalid will, if price is above short signals, will clean them all up for me. They'll clean themselves up after the 5 minute window is over, but sometimes it's nice to get them out of there. I think I created that originally before I had the bias filter. All right, this video is getting long already, so um, let's wait through the 9:40, 9:50 window. Let me speed it up a little. We usually get some movement there. So not only did this wick this level right here, but you can see it was making lower highs for each 1 minute bar. Interesting. Yeah, not going to take just a 10 minute by itself. I'm going to slow this down a little. That's probably a good 10 minute. Ooh, stack 10 minute. They're pretty far apart. You have to put your stop if you decide to take it. You have to put your stop way back here. So if this doesn't come back, it probably won't take it. Wait for the end of this 10 minute window. I mean, you are fully committed there. That is a 86. Ooh, it's a good one. Oh, I'm kicking myself on that one. But yeah, that's a tough one. I guess you could take it here and set your stop way back there. So a couple of the mistakes that I've made in the past are not waiting for the bar to close. That's the second level. Oh, I'm definitely kicking myself now. That's okay. Um, And as always, you know, everything's up on the GitHub, so I encourage everybody to give it a try. And if you come up with, you know, this is what I think works best with the signals and the bias and the levels. But if you come up with something else that works well for either gold or something else like ES or NQ, I'd love to hear about it. And I'm sure I'm sure other people would too. So love to get some feedback on how you're using the levels, using the mirror indicator. How far that was. Even that's 100 ticks. Love to see that come back up and hit that level. I'm going to take a shot at it. This is probably a mistake, but I'm only going to do one contract. I'm going to go for that. So I'm considering this essentially a wick of the level. This could be a double bottom right here. Ooh, don't go up. There you go. I'm going to see if I can get 200 ticks out of this. Come on, guy. I better take my 100. Oh no. Shoot. Ah, come on. Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, I treated this essentially as a wick of the end of this. I had 150 ticks, blew it. Um, yeah, I wouldn't do that with my prop account. I think I would definitely take that 100 ticks. That was pretty silly. Let's see if we get one more trade out of this. We're coming up on a new hour, so we might have an opportunity. Let's see here. Let's speed this process along. '57. Okay, we've got a new hour coming up here. And hopefully if we get a new trade, great. If we don't, I'm going to end the video there. Should be up at 4 grand or more if I had taken 2 contracts on that. But I got greedy. Got greedy for you guys, trying to show off. Ooh, right at that level. Give me something else. Gosh, that might be the, it's kind of like a wick of the level, but I'd like to see this new bar wick the level. Nope, not going to get it. Let's see what we get here. So our bias is still short, which makes sense, right? We closed below the POC. This is the POC for the previous 1 hour window. Lots of hovering, just kind of hovering around here. Let's get a move on. These crazy wicks in both directions. Oh, I was just thinking about, I went and reviewed a previous, oh, I like this. Slow it down a little so I have time to think. I just reviewed a bunch of days, and this is I think this is a valid trade off the value area low with a wick like that. This could be an, yeah, that could almost be considered a valid trade. I'd like to see it take a trend up, then come down, and then wick that level. But yeah, this is, looks pretty good. Oh, interesting. See what happens here. Does that count? Oh, too much of a chicken. It's like it's an odd wick to me. It's really more of a solid bar. I mean, if I had entered quickly, that's still a valid trade, but it's it's not the type of bar that I like to see. It's not breaking below this. Okay, we're almost to our 15-minute mark. Maybe we'll get a pullback in a trade in the next couple of minutes here. Or I could learn how to edit videos and shorten this thing up. There's an idea. Okay, pull back to the POC. Throw me a signal nearby. Right there. Just for extra confluence. Oh, beauty. Let's wait a little bit. Make sure the bar closes below the... I'm not making that mistake again. We're going to wait till that bar closes below the 5-minute. Close. Close. It's my number one mistake. I'm going to enter 3 contracts. Put this back a little bit in case it wicks up. Now we could potentially... This could do a lot of things here, so let's see what happens. Don't do that. That's not what we want. Uh-oh. It's right at the POC. I think it's a valid trade. There we go. That's what I want to see. Oh, I hit 110 ticks. I'm moving too fast at 2% to get out of that. I'm going to just hang out and wait and see if I can get the full boat here. Come on. Oh, there's 100. I'm going to close it out there. All right, 5,600 on the dot. Not bad. That is the perfect trade right there. It's the signal just below the POC. I probably could have waited longer, given that this bar has that wick below it. But so if you noticed, I moved my stop not just above the wherever right here it closed, not direct one tick above, but I moved it a little bit, gave it a little bit of space there. And I'm glad I did. This one went a little higher. And occasionally that you'll get that boom. This later on in the bar, you'll get a little move up and then a psych out and then boom. So super happy with that trade. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll put the times of the trades in the video description so you don't have to watch the whole thing. All right. I will catch you guys in the next one.